I'm gonna try this storytelling thing again. I'm gonna tell my first story about when I was 6. I was diagnosed with ADHD, and it was for being hyperactive and not being able to sit still. And so the doctor had prescribed me Ritalin. The first time I took Ritalin, and the only time I took Ritalin, I had gone to bed and woken up in the middle of the night. My light bulb was glowing, so I was scared and went out into the living room where things got worse. The living room and the kitchen was like an open floor plan, and I could see shadowy images floating around and flying through the kitchen and the living room. The chair that we had a nice leather classic style chair. It had looked like something out of Pee-wee's Playhouse, where it was alive. It had eyes and a mouth, and the arms were moving, just like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Nothing made sounds, so I thought that they couldn't hear me or see me, but I still covered my mouth, freaking out, ran to my mom and her boyfriend's room, where they were sleeping, obviously. When I had gone inside, I had approached their bed to wake my mother up, and I had witnessed what looked like giant snakes, like a giant anaconda or boa, going around into their eye sockets and out their mouths while they were sleeping. Freaked out, I started squelching. By doing that, my mother woke up, and she started to get up and asked me what was going on, and I told her that I started panic mode, telling her everything that I had been seeing, and she was obviously half asleep. She started to get out of bed and go to the bathroom. They had a bathroom in their master bedroom. When she started to head towards the bathroom, I had looked down, and the entire floor was crawling, what looked like slugs, and they were all coming from all angles, going into a bucket in the middle of the floor. The bucket was in the middle of the floor because our ceiling leaked whenever it would rain. So my mom's boyfriend had put a bucket in the middle of the floor. When my mother turned on the light to the bathroom, everywhere the light touched was fine and normal. In the darkness, though, was what looked like slugs going into the bucket. So I started to scream, "There's slimy bucket things! I'm gonna call them slime buckets. There's slime buckets everywhere." My mother to this day still tells everybody, "Hey, remember when Josh had those slime buckets?" Well, it's all because Ritalin caused hallucinations, because it was just horrible for me to have, apparently. But yeah, that scarred me pretty bad on psychedelics. Um, After the whole situation, my mother walked me to my room, turned on the light. Everything where it was lit was completely fine. So I slept with the light on. If I slept, I don't remember sleeping. But the next day, she said, "You're never taking that again," and told the doctor that no, we cannot do that. So that's my slime bucket story.